guys, Jamie here. So today I just wanted to talk about carbohydrates, aka sugar. Everything comes back to sugar on this channel because we run on carbohydrates, glucose, aka sugar. That is the truth. And if you want to improve in any area of your life, you are going to need sugar, okay? And I know that triggers a lot of people hearing that word, but sugar is really just carbohydrates, and most of the time people are just associating sugar with being processed foods like cakes and cookies, and they're forgetting that there's all this oil in there, and that is the reason that people are sick. But we run on, we should be eating, I believe, a fruit-based diet. That is what is our species-specific diet. That's what fuels us. And I believe in a fruit-based diet. Now, not everybody, fruit is more expensive though, and I do understand that. And in my opinion, the second best option is starches and supplementing with things like honey, maple syrup, or even cane sugar in its isolated form, added to smoothies without fat. But yeah, I do understand that fruit has gotten expensive, so you just do the best that you can. Maybe that's canned fruit or frozen fruit. Bananas or dates, those are still relatively cheap compared to other fruits, and that's what makes up the bulk of my diet is bananas and dates. No matter what time of year, all throughout the year, those are my staples. But yeah, guys, so if you want to improve any area of your life, you are going to need carbohydrates, okay? There's no point in causing unnecessary suffering with, dominating your diet with fat and protein. And I'm not saying not to eat these things, but just don't make them the main focus of your diet, and keep them for the end of the day for your dinner. But yeah, if you want to, and I know this isn't going to be a popular opinion because everyone thinks that getting stronger and being able to kill it in the gym, you're going to need protein. Guys, that's one of the biggest lies ever told. We actually need glucose. If you want to have energy for the gym, do more sets, more reps, and actually grow a bigger, stronger muscles, you are going to need carbohydrates, okay? One of the biggest lies ever told, the protein myth that's been going on for almost like a century now. It's just a big myth to keep people sick and confused. That's all it is, and we've been lied to about that. And the sooner you realize that, the better off your life is going to be, okay? Just get in the glucose and make it a main focus of your diet, and put the protein, if you're going to have it, to the end of the day. But yeah, so if you want to improve, your fitness and get lean, you need to up the glucose and lower the protein and fats, okay? If you want to have better relationships, you're going to need carbohydrates. If nothing is more miserable than being around someone who calorie restricts and carbohydrate restricts, and they're cranking fats. Nothing. These people tend to be more moody, quick to anger, irritable, and no wonder, because they're not getting, the very thing that we run on. They're denying themselves of that very thing, and it's really silly when you think about it. Very, very silly. So these people aren't as enjoyable to be around. You're not going to function as well. You need carbohydrates, and lots of carbohydrates. You need glycogen storage. If you have a job where you have a lot of responsibility, a lot of stress, you need to be like a heavy thinker, you need carbohydrates and you need glycogen storage, okay? Not fats. So you're not going to have as good of relationships if you are restricting your carbohydrates and restricting your calories of carbohydrates and cranking fats. Your relationships are not going to be good. People aren't going to want to be around you. It's just the way it is. And you can put it to the test, okay? Put it to the test and you will see. So yeah, it'll improve, your being lean, get you fitter. It'll improve your relationships. You'll do way better in the gym for sure. And also, one thing I want to point out is when you start to really increase your carbohydrates, especially from things like fruit and honey, and even if you lower the starches a bit, I find that after I work out, like I could work out every day. I could lift weights every day and I don't have any pain. No pain, no soreness, no nothing. The higher my fruit intake with all that hydration, there's no pain, nothing, no stiffness, way more flexible. Like if I'm stretching, I find that the more fruit I eat, the more hydration, the more flexible that I can get, and you're not like stiff. So it'll improve pain and body aches and your flexibility. And it's just going to improve your overall health. If you're suffering with symptoms, you need to get in the glucose and you need to get in the fruit, okay? Very, very important. This is going to reduce your suffering with symptoms big time, okay? Fruit is very important. Even things like greens and vegetables and potatoes, things like that, without the fat. It's very important that you don't have these things with fat, okay? You need to have them in their isolated forms. That's what's going to give you the most nutrition, the most bang for your buck. You don't want to start consuming fats with your fruit. Like if you're having a fruit smoothie in the morning, don't put coconut in it, don't put avocado in it, don't put protein powders in it, or milk or dairy or eggs or anything like that. You need to have it in its isolated form. That is how God intended, and we don't want to mess that up, okay? It comes in a perfect package, and just eat it as is. You can eat fruit with greens, that's okay. Like spinach or something, or like a leaf lettuce or some herbs, that is fine. But those you really want to have in isolated forms, okay, without any fat, and leave your fat till the end of the day. But yeah, and if you just want to, feel your best, have the best mood, okay, just gratitude and joy and energy, you need carbohydrates. If you want to have a great sleep, oh my God, I've been having the most amazing sleeps lately, and I've just been cranking, just really making sure I get in a lot of calories. I find that really helps. You do not want to calorie restrict, and people vastly underestimate how much calories we need just to fuel us in this world with our job, our relationships, our responsibilities, cleaning your home, whatever it may be. We need lots of calories from carbohydrates. But man, when you get that, and I've just been cranking lots of honey at night, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night to go to the washroom once, and I'll have more honey. I do that almost every night. Just the deepest, most restorative sleeps. And I've come from a past where I went through a period where I did not sleep. This was about 8 years ago, I think now. I stopped sleeping, and literally one night just stopped sleeping. I didn't sleep for 7 days straight. And I know that's hard to believe. I never ever thought that is something that could even happen. I was very terrified during that time. I didn't know. I thought I was dying. I didn't know what was wrong with me. Didn't sleep for 7 days. And then for 3 months after, I slept like no more than 3 hours a night. It was a horrible, horrible experience. I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. It can really take you out, take you down. It was a big reason why I destroyed my adrenals, for sure. Not sleeping, you're just living off adrenaline. And when I tell people that, I honestly don't even think that they believe me, and I wouldn't have believed it either, because up until that point in my life, I slept 8 hours a night like everybody else. I could fall asleep anywhere, and yeah. But anyways, sidetrack there. But now, and the thing is, at that time too, I was eating way, way more fats, lots of fats. And now I know that, listen, if you're not sleeping, I know it's very frustrating. And honestly, my heart really goes out to you, because it's a terrible thing to experience. It makes everything in life so much harder. But just know that the body can heal, and what you need to give it is carbohydrates. Get rid of the fat and eat lots of fruit, lots of honey, and lots of potatoes and rice. And give it time. The body will heal, okay? And you just have to give it time. And I know it's so hard, because you just want to go and take like a sleeping pill or something. And yeah. But anyways, sorry, a little sidetrack there. But yeah, but now it's like I have the most deepest sleeps, especially recently. And I've just really upped the calories. Guys, carbohydrates are so important for getting amazing sleep. So yeah, guys, if you want to improve any area of your life, you're going to need glucose. Don't fall for keto diets and carnivore diets. Okay, just don't do it. I'm not saying that some of these people can't experience relief of some symptoms. I bet you they can if they've eliminated fast foods and processed foods with fat and sugar together. But I guarantee it is not going to last, and things will start to present itself. You'll start to have electrolyte problems big time. Okay, that's why you see all these keto carnivore, they're all taking these element electrolyte packs. You're gonna have major issues. So please just don't go down this path. Just don't do it. I'm not saying you can't eat some of those foods. Have them for the end of the day and treat them almost like a supplement and not the main focus of your diet. Okay, guys? But yeah, guys, so that's my message for today. As usual, we want to carb up, keep the fats low. If you want to have the best life, to reach your fullest potential, to look amazing and to feel amazing. Okay, guys? So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back again for another video. Thanks, guys. Bye.